I just look at that they just went on ahead and said, let's do it with women instead of the guys. Because in the first one, it was just all guys.
Yeah, so since we did Ghostbusters with men, we should do them with women, too.
Yeah, that's what I looked at it as.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Next time, Clash of the Titans, instead of Perseus, we'll have Priscilla.
I don't know if they can do that now.
I'm Optimus Prima taking on Mectrona. Some shit like that, right? It's just going to reboot everything with women.
Probably.
Monte Carlo SS.
That's a Chevelle.
Okay. I prefer what I called it. It sounded more sexy.
American Muscle Chevelle is one of the creme de la cremes.
That sounds French.
Only Miguel, get your man card out of here. You have no man card.
I don't do cars. I do women. I do lots of women.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Critical Thinking Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle, along with my co-host,
Rick the Rizzo, and our other co-host,
Sean.
And the other Mexican in the room, Miguel G.
and this is a critical look at all things gaming, movies, collectibles, and so much more.
All right. It's a brand new year. I know we normally roundtable, but I want to try something different. Can I try something different?
Yeah,
Try something different.
I don't like different. I don't like change.
I want to do Mad Lib Theater. We're going to get some words.
Okay.
And who's got a good speaking voice?
I mean, I have a pretty good speaking voice.
After we get all the words typed in and whatever and all this stuff right here, when it comes to the story,
Morgan Freeman.
I want somebody to go ahead and read the story, but bring their good voice onto it and then see if they can make it funny. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to come out funny. I need an adjective, gentlemen.
Sexy.
He said sexy. All right, here we go. I need an adverb. Throw them out, any one of y'all.
Skankily.
Can you spell that, please? What'd you think?
Skankily.
All right. I need a verb.
Fucking.
No, that would be
No. Okay.
probably just fuck.
To fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know. Fuck can be all kinds of things.
there's something when you add an ing. I forget what it's called. It's not a strictly a
Mowing.
verb.
Mow. I need a number, gentlemen.
57.
He said 57. Another adjective.
Which podcast number are we on, by the way? Another adjective.
70.
Another
I thought it was
adjective.
68 or 69.
Now we're 70.
Okay.
Nasty.
Nasty?
As nasty we want to be.
I need a noun. Person, place, or thing.
Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow.
Well, can I just say person? Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
I don't know if I can fit.
It probably will. Let's see.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Sweet.
Woo.
Sweet.
Force that shit in there.
Room.
Like as in a room in a house?
Yeah.
The bathroom.
That's low-hanging fruit, though. Why not?
I need another adverb.
Come on, adverb man.
Swimmingly.
Plural noun.
Predators.
That could be taken a lot of ways. Oh, great. We already got bathroom and skankily. Now there's predators, too. We're going to get kicked off the air.
This is going to be totally all bad. It's, a type of liquid.
Rum.
Rum.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
Semen.
That's what I was afraid was going to come out first.
Well, the semen has the rum, but...
Another adjective, gentlemen.
Adjective. Sticky.
Ooh. Oh, no.
A person in the room. One of us. Which one you want?
Rick.
Go ahead and put me under the bus here.
It's your Mad Lib.
Another adjective.
Come on, adjective. Okay, the.
That's an article.
Yeah, of course.
Shit.
Large.
Large.
Large Marge.
Tell them Large Marge sent you. Type of food.
Type of
Type of food, plural.
Oh, plural. Tacos.
Nice.
What else?
Taco Tuesday. Okay.
If there was no other food, there's tacos.
This could go really bad. You got the rum
you're
and
right.
the taco.
You're right. Maybe I should have picked something a little less risky. I don't want to ruin tacos.
Exclamation.
Oh, what about something from Rick and Morty?
I'm Pickle Rick.
Hey, do it. Pickle Rick.
I turned myself into a cripple. I'm Cripple Rick, Morty.
Part of the body. Don't be. Never mind. I have a feeling. Part of the
Gluteus
body.
maximus.
That will actually be really funny, probably, just being read out like that.
Can I just put the butt?
The butt. Fine. Doing the butt.
Verb ending in ing.
Texting. Better yet.
Sexting. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Sexting is so
We're going
much
to spice it up a little more.
Spice it. I mean, this is disgusting.
Another verb ending in ing.
Writing.
Rioting. There we go.
Same type of food, plural. What do we have? Tacos?
Yeah, but didn't it already say plural?
Yeah, it was the same type of food, plural.
Oh, so you got to re-add tacos in there again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a noun.
Grandma.
Oh, my God.
Grandma.
Wow.
And an adjective.
Old as shit. Oh, wait a minute.
Ancient.
There you go.
A-N-C. There it is.
That boy can spell.
All right. Let's throw them all in there. Who's going to read?
I'll read it.
So all the stuff you just did, us giving the adjectives will not be brought in. So we need to introduce this as Rick's Fun Time Mad Libs, brought to you by Rick Funtime himself.
Fun time himself.
Let's see what we come up with in this story.
And this Mad Lib is called
How to clean your computer. Since I use my computer every day, it can get sexy. Really skankily. I always make sure to mow it every 57 days in order to keep it shiny and nasty. I'll grab a soft Jack Sparrow from the bathroom and swimmingly wipe the keyboard down to get rid of all the predators. Then I squirt some rum on the screen, get it nice and sticky.
I'm glad I didn't use that word.
This week it was extra dirty because my little brother Rick decided to bring his large plate of tacos into my room and eat it at my desk. When I yelled, "Pickle Rick!" and told him to stop, he stuck out his butt at me and continued sexting.
Oh my God.
Then he started rioting so hard that he spilled all of his tacos all over my grandma. That is the last time I'll let my ancient little brother in my room ever again.
So you were sexting in front of the grandma? What the hell?
He stuck his butt out, too. What the hell?
Jesus, you and your grandma have some kind of a weird relationship, bro.
Oh, man.
How do you make your computer all nasty?
Well, we
I don't know. Apparently, I'm the expert of that.
Gotta wipe those predators off.
Keep those predators away. The rum will do it. Your computer will be sticky, but it'll keep them away.
You know, that was actually a good bit. I like it. I think we should do it another time sometime.
We should. That works really well.
That was
I like
pretty cool. Y'all all I know is y'all some nasty motherfuckers.
Can you imagine we do that at Comic Palooza live? With
That's what we need. That's
around?
exactly what we need to do. We need gimmicks like this planned that we can use, and it just takes off.
Yeah, but we'll have to have one at Comic Palooza. What do I do on Sunday church? Or something. Where do I go to church?
Welcome for another brand new year.
Is it?
With Critical Thinking Podcast.
Is it really New Year?
Yes.
A whole new year.
It's now 2017. I mean,
What?
18. You know,
Take the mic away.
You know, nobody ever says it right the first couple of days.
I got it right the first time I wrote it down.
You write stuff down still?
Yeah, because I got to write down stuff when I do stuff at work.
Man, I don't know what either of you talking about. It's still 1999.
Nice. That's because you're a drunk, you nasty bastard.
Hey, my laptop's more drunk than me and sticky too.
Damn.
Dude, you have to touch that keyboard, use gloves. This room needs a black light.
Whoa.
But it is 218. Wait a minute.
2-0.
2018. Remember, 18 will get you 20.
What?
Just to service a mountain for all you predators out there. Maybe we want to cut that.
Just let you know, upcoming stuff, besides the Mad Lib stuff that we'll probably do more often and probably play some more Cards Against Humanity. We do have a lot of guests coming on the show this beginning of the year.
Yeah, I had to do a little switcheroo in there for you guys. I know you guys set me up to be the booker. I don't know how the hell that works out. I was trying to get money, but nobody wants to pay to be on the show. We ain't made that big time yet. No. Anyway, if you want me to, I'll go ahead and throw out the days of the people coming on.
Yeah. Give some shout outs to our guests and let people know what we're looking at doing.
All right. Here on January the 7th of 2018.
When's that?
We will have, what? We will have Watching Comics on. This is a funny guy, comedian kind of dude, so this should be pretty interesting. So we're going to have somebody funnier than us on the show. Better bring your A game.
We'll get really drunk.
Nice. That's what it is, right? It's the Morgan.
This will be via
We'll
Skype,
have the advantage.
Right? Via Skype. So we can cut him off if he's too funny. All right. On January 15th, we're going to be drunk with Larry. Drinks with Larry in the house via Skype. Again. So we got to have the hard liquor that day. Okay. On January 22nd, we got to be professional. Advent Comics coming into the house to discuss some comic stuff. Yeah. So y'all better start reading.
Nice.
On January 28th, Servants of Science, a band out of the UK. Hopefully we can understand them. I mean, if they talk like Oz, I'm going to have to ask them to sing so we can understand. But yes, we have someone from the UK coming on with us. And they'll be sending us music. I think you got the links, correct?
Yeah. Actually, we'll be checking that out. We're going to be rebooting, doing some things differently, doing a little rebranding. Not going to change anything from our core, from what we do as a podcast. But yeah, we'll probably be using some of their music in some of our sections and maybe updating, getting our logo up there. We're going to start working on some merch and stuff too for you guys.
We'll retire that shitty ass banjo. and then on February the 3rd, 2018, the Earl of the Pearl, the man with the plan, the back with the black, Ish Barry Media will be in the house. He will be live in this studio. So everybody lock up your belongings and hide all the white women. But our buddy Ish is coming in, and that's going to be one hell of a show because he's a character.
Yeah.
And I know we wanted to get him on in January, but a lot of people were coming in quickly booking so quick, man, that I'm going to have to push back a couple of guys. Nerd Thug Radio, going to work on trying to get him in there probably in February. And my BDSM Supply, why am I using hillbilly accent? My BDSM Supply will be sometime in February as well. And now the pod couple out of Canada will be coming on too.
Dang, the BDS Supply one is going to be really dirty.
Well, this advertisement is brought to you by My BDM Supply, where you can get your nice shiny balls shine and chrome. Seriously, you have to think about this. Everybody buys the red ones, but you don't know if you're suffering from anal leakage if you're using the red ones. That's why we say, at My BDS Supply, you buy the gold ones so you can see the blood in case you're having problems. Again, buy your balls at My BDM Supply.
Sean's just like,
I don't know what they sell there. Do I look like I got a subscription? And you use this code Miguel for 25% off it. I have no code. There's no code yet. I'm hoping eventually these guys do become a serious sponsor because then we roll around with our radio people. Come on, Sling Fling? They got the Spunk Lube going.
We ain't got no lube.
I know. Kyle's still waiting for his lube. Spunk Lube, SFD Radio. Y'all need to hurry up and get us the bottle of lube down here for Kyle. He ain't been on the show. He's been tired, so he can't even whack it out, so he needs the lube. All right? You got the No Fucks Given Radio guys. I mean, they give no shits whatsoever. Or as they say, no fucks. No wonder we fit in so well with those guys.
No wonder.
And, of course, the only people that are civilized around here is Beyond the Dawn. Very civilized radio, along with the Podstream Net down in the UK. So people with class tend to listen to us. Something wrong with them, bros. I'm just saying. But anyway, that was my little spiel, my little information about people coming on the show, me giving some love out to the spunkers, to the lovers, and to the haters.
Points for using spiel.
That's right. That's right. That's what happens when you use your stuff from My BDM Supply. It helps improve your vocabulary. But it's been a great start to the new year. You know how I say? No hurricane, just a lot of snow.
Nah, we ain't no snow, just a lot of cold.
Wrong kind of snow. It is cold here in Texas.
It normally is.
It's ice cold.
I know. We fixing to move this show to Mexico. Fuck all y'all. We're going to Mexico. Yeehaw! Wrong one. Wait a
Wrong
minute.
one. You got to use a. You
Well.
gotta bring your grito out.
There we go. Live from Monterrey. It is Critical Thinking Podcast.
Pocas. Sounds like you said poke ass.
Well, of course, because down here in Mako, we buy My BDM Supply. Gotta pimp those guys, man. I guarantee you, My BDM Supply is going to bring in some people because, you know, America get their freak on, you know what I'm saying? Everything else going bad, you can still get your fuck on. All right? I'm just saying. Even if you got scabies like Sean, you still get your fuck on.
Sounds just like.
And how does he know this?
I don't know. I don't know. I saw your picture on the wall.
Are you a proctologist? Like, what the fuck?
Hang on. Let me get my gloves.
Oh.
Give me that spunk glue, Brick. But anyway, I love you guys. Miss you guys. Haven't seen you in a whole year. And
That was only a couple of days.
well, why you gotta mess up the joke, man?
Because I can.
No, yeah, just shit all over me. And I
Yes.
don't like that, by the way. But at My BDM Supply, you can get dude wipes to wipe the shit off you.
Oh, God.
I'm going to pimp them. I swear to God, by the time this show's over, it's going to be brought to you by My BDSM Supply.
It's going to be a drinking game for how many times he said BDSM.
Every time Miguel says My BDSM Supply or he mixes up the letters, take a drink.
Sean didn't bring any, but.
What the fuck, dude? You fail on your only job in the new year to bring the liquor?
I've been sick, man. I don't want to bring any alcohol and get sicker.
Alcohol kills everything, bro.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I know it does. You take some of that and you rub it on your chest. It's better than Vicks.
What the fuck?
You get the wife licking it off you, then it's all good. Hey,
Wow.
but I, all honesty, I wasn't too sure we are going to do this today, but there was no place for me to take it. I did purchase some alcohol from Penguin Daiquiris located in Richmond, Rosenberg area. Very good place. They're not a sponsor yet, so I'm not going to pimp them too much, but the stuff is good. And I still have, I think I have some Jell-O shots left over, or I have some daiquiri left over.
Oh, nice.
They're a little pricey, though.
Yeah, they're $20 for half a gallon. But anyway, the point is, I'm going to try to pick some up one time. I don't have to pick this lazy ass up from work, or when I do pick him up, we'll still go get some and bring them here and we'll have them. And
Sounds good.
And that'd be some crazy shit. Brought to you by My BDM Supply. All right, there, I'm done, Rick.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into
My BDM Supply, where you can get your
box office numbers.
Brought to you by Uncanny Comics. Uncanny Comics located in Rosenberg, Texas, Avenue I. Big Joseph Cano, back in the back warehouse, selling his comics, selling his goods. He's got everything what you need. He got Batman, he got Wonder Woman, he got Superman. And they just tied up using My BDM Supply stuff. But anyway, Joseph Cano, the greatest shop in the world, sells everything, gives you good perks. I tell you what, man.
Perks or price?
Perks. Because you can get a good percentage off on your comics, good percentage off your stuff that you want to buy there, whether it be little toy thingies, like actual toys and stuff. Great place. He is our sponsor. He is going to do a lot much more for us this coming year, and God bless him. God love him. He's doing a great job. So, those numbers being brought to you by Uncanny Comics. And who is going to do the numbers?
We'll let Sean.
I'll do the numbers.
Sean by the numbers. Go ahead, sir.
So, for December 29th through January 1st, 2018,
Dun, dun, dun.
the number one is Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Did we expect anything else?
No, not really. I mean, it could have been the worst goddamn movie in the universe, and it still would have been at the top one. So,
How the hell would it be the worst goddamn movie in the universe?
I'm talking hypothetically, but if we're going to get into this, 50% of the world, according to Rotten Tomatoes, does hate this shit. So, fucking A. I was right.
50% of the world can suck my nuts.
But, you were hoping it'd be number one by the end of the year, by the whole thing. But I think it made top 10, though.
I'm about to wreck your world, bitch.
So let's check this out. So the weekend grossing is at $66 million. It's still pulling in a lot of money every week. Total gross in America is $531 million. So what are we looking at in the international numbers?
Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I don't want to give it just yet. I tell you what they made. I'm gonna open up another window so I can have the top 10 already.
I think it's number 8. They said that this morning on the news.
It can't be number 8. It has to be more than that.
They said, I don't know. They said it was 8. It was in the top 10.
Is this considered 2017 and film of 2018 now? So how would you do that? There's a question for you.
Shit, I don't even
Does
know.
it fall under the 17th umbrella? Because it came out in the 17th, right? So even if it makes money in the 18th, it's still part of the 17th?
Yeah, it's still got to be under the 17 umbrella, definitely. And because, the others can too.
Okay, so, Mr. Smartass, I will tell you that it made more money than you thought it was going to make. and made just what I thought it was going to do, but it didn't do it fast enough. But anyway, I will give you those numbers in a minute. You go ahead, sir.
Okay, we'll continue. Number 2, we have Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, which is weekend grossing at $66 million, total grossing at $185 million on a $90 budget. They fucking beat their numbers in 2 weeks, and you know what? I saw it. It was a good movie.
So did I.
It's hilarious.
It was a great movie.
So we can actually do a Jumanji review.
Oh, we could do a quick one right now. Really quick
let's
one.
finish the numbers.
Yeah, let's finish numbers. I'll do this, and we can do a Jumanji.
Okay,
review. There we
sure.
go.
Sure, we'll do a Jumanji review. All right.
A what?
A review.
We'll do the review right after we do the news.
Now we all
good
got
to
a
me.
French accent. Okay, and then
Oh, oui.
now we're gonna offend them too. Okay, so number 3, Pitch Perfect 3. That's interesting. American grossing at $21 million, and their budget. Let's see, looking over there, $45 million. They made a total of $68 million here in the American market at week 2. So. They're not doing bad. They beat the money anyway. I honestly didn't expect that much from them. They must have enough fans, and it must have been, like you said, the main actress. That must have been what was pulling it all together. So, that's not bad. Moving on.
Well, I'm going to say Pitch Perfect 3 looks kind of funny, but it is the last one. So maybe, hey.
Yeah, it seemed a little tired to me, but who knows? Maybe it's better than it seemed. Number 4, The Greatest Showman.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
That one I still want to see.
Yeah, definitely. It actually looked compelling. But, this one is at 20. Don't even make a joke about it. This is $20 million this weekend. We're looking at a total of $54 million over the last 2 weeks, and they're at an $84 million budget, so they're not making the money yet after 2 weeks. That kind of sucks.
Well, it's a musical, and look what it's up against. I mean, you can't hold that against them. It's doing respectable.
Star Wars and Jumanji are still up there at the top, and it was harsh timing, honestly, for them to be in
They
there.
should have probably pulled back a little bit later.
Yeah. And then coming in at number 5, we have Ferdinand.
John Cena
At $14 million on the weekend budget. We have a $57 million total gross on a $111 million budget from the 3 weeks. So
again, we said Ferdinand was going to take the bite because of the other movies too. The interesting thing is that Jumanji, man, is pulling in money. Even Star Wars is still pulling in money. Look at the amount of money they're pulling in.
I mean, it's got to be. I mean, Jumanji especially has got to be the combined weight of The Rock and Kevin Hart. They both have strong, loyal fan bases.
Jack Black too.
And
and
Jack
of course,
Black
don't forget the girl.
True.
She's hot.
She's hot, but I figure it's probably the following of those 3. That's probably more than anything what pulled that. So much funny on screen at one time.
Look how close they were.
Yeah, I see that. And word of mouth also really helps. I mean, because I bet you most of the people didn't really think much about it. And then probably word of mouth, this movie's freaking funny. And so people probably went back, I mean, come on, Smoldering.
Yeah.
I'm smoldering right now.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, there's that one movie that came out with Mark Wahlberg, All the Money in the World. That's the one where they kidnapped the grandson.
Oh, that's a true story, right?
Yeah, but did y'all know that when we first saw that trailer, it was Kevin Spacey playing the main guy? The grandfather that was that's filthy rich, Getty. It was Kevin Spacey. Well, then if you saw the newer trailers for that one, it switched. They pulled since Kevin Spacey got all that.
They pulled him because of all that.
They brought in Plumber, I think his name is, the older.
Wow. So all the well, first of all, it came out that he's a homosexual, which we don't have any problem against. That's his own decision. The problem was that he apparently was doing the R stuff to poor people and everything else.
The thing is, he used it like trying to scapegoat his way out of being in trouble, and that's not cool. That's not cool to LGBT people. That's not cool to anybody. That's not, it's no excuse. You don't say, well, I'm coming out now, I'm gay, so you try to make it a heroic moment when you're doing something fucked up. No.
That's crazy. I didn't know that, Rick.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was kept looking. I was like, I know it was Kevin Spacey in this thing. I know we saw that, and I know that's what we talked about. And then I kept looking, and I went back and looked at the YouTube videos, and I went back to like when they very first came out. They still have Kevin Spacey as the character, and then I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, they did pull him out, and they put in.
That is extremely interesting because that means that all of this shit is actually like hit the fan to the point that it's affecting how the movies are coming out now.
Now, maybe he didn't have that much part, so that's why it was easy. Now, if he was in that movie like 99.9%, I don't know if they would have done that. They would have scratched. One movie just got scratched because of shit like that. there's a movie that was going to come out and it got pulled at the last moment.
I don't know which one that was.
Crap. I saw it on the internet earlier. God doggone it. If it comes to me, I'll bring it back up. But here's your 2017 in film numbers. Now, I would say this would probably be the last time I bring this up, but the fact that some of these movies came out in 2017 and they're out for 2 or 3 weeks, I figure they usually stay out there for at least 6 weeks. So maybe after this, maybe 4 more weeks down the road, I'll do it one more time, and that'll be the final ending numbers for 2017. Now, if Star Wars can keep what they're doing right now, which we know it's not going to be fact, because you're saying people hating on it and everything else, so it's going to drop, but it's still pulling in massive money in week 3. So if it can continue that average in week 4 and 5 or 6, even close to those numbers, it's going to do some damage. Anyway, number 10, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales, $794 million. Okay, that's Disney.
Million or billion?
Million.
Okay. Just making sure.
Hey, man, you know what? That's a good point. No, that's million. Number 9 has dropped to number 9. Wonder Woman, $821 million. At number 8, Thor Ragnarok, $848 million. At number 7, Guardians of the Galaxy, Disney, $863 million. So now Disney has 7, 8, and 10. Okay?
Wow.
Number 6, Wolf Warrior 2, which none of us have seen, $870 million.
Well, that's holding his own.
I know. At number 5, Spider-Man. So Sony's in there at $880 million. Okay? All right. At number 4, Universal sitting in there. Despicable Me 3 is now at number 4.
Wow.
At $1 billion and $0.03 million. $33 million. At number 3, Disney holding number 3. Star Wars The Last Jedi.
I knew it was in the top 10.
$1.054 billion. Number 2, still being held down by Universal. So 2 and 4 are Universal. Number 2 is The Fate of the Furious at $1.235 billion. So you figure if Star Wars pulls in another 60 this week, they're still not going to get it. But if they pull another 60 or 40 the following week, they'll pass The Fate and the Furious. And could possibly steal it from number 1, Beauty and the Beast at Disney, $1.263 billion. So either way, Disney wins. Yeah. So Disney has the opportunity here in the next couple of weeks to hold number 1 and number 2, along with 7, 8, and 10. So no wonder Disney's buying everybody.
It's a cardinal year for Disney.
Yeah. Disney already bought Fox, so you can imagine what, comic-wise, what movies are going to cross over now.
It's going to be interesting, I tell you what, and I am excited. I don't give a damn that Disney's buying everything. So I thought they've done pretty well, to be honest with you, with what they have so far. Yeah, they may have changed a few things here and there or whatever, but I don't really care. I think it's amazing.
I'm a huge fan of what they've done with Marvel. They did great. I think they chose exactly the right kind of, universes and versions to take the Marvel out of that really was good for film adaptation. Star Wars, I loved Rogue One. Rogue One was great. But Disney, I think, is so big that you can't look at it like it's just one organization. There's so many different writers and directors and producers and people that are all working for Disney. So it's not like everything is going down to a dictatorship, one man owning and saying what happens to everything. It's a big fucking giant corporation. So it is what it is.
I wanted to bring this up because you guys brought up Jumanji. Jumanji, total gross $185 million in 2 weeks, right? Budget of 90. Worldwide, they're at $338 million.
Wow.
So that's where they go. I'm going to see here the other one real quick. I want to check this out before we roll away from the movies.
So American numbers are contributing to half that success, but that's still really huge, 338.
Yeah. Pitch Perfect has beaten their budget here in America, but they beaten their budget period. They made $96 million. So worldwide. So not as impressive as Jumanji or whatnot.
They didn't reach out past America all that much.
I'm assuming The Greatest Showman has probably made his money too. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick and see how he did.
He probably did better outside the U.S.
The Greatest Showman so far, $89 million, so not really. 89.4. And of course, the John Cena movie, I think it actually did better than what it shows here. But let's see here. Ferdinand.
It's Ferd and.
Ferdinand.
I can't spell that. Shut the hell up, you pieces of garbage.
Ferdinand.
Okay, so Ferdinand. Budget is $111 million. It said it's only made 57, right? Worldwide, $128 million. So it made its budget.
They made their money.
It's made more than Pitch Perfect, but it's been out one more week than them so far. But yeah, so it just goes to show you that The Rock can handle the wars. So here's a question for you guys. Is The Rock too far gone? Too much of a action superstar that he couldn't fit a spot in Star Wars? Or do you think The Rock could sneak in Star Wars Part 9 and like really blow shit up?
You know, I feel like he's got too much of his own persona, his own personality, and like Star Wars is so much like it's about Star Wars. It's not about anybody that's in there. You know, a few people were kind of big in and of themselves, like Samuel L. Jackson and stuff like that. But the thing is, as a whole, it's usually like these characters, these actors have to become that character. It's got to be about the character, not about the actor. That's kind of how Star Wars has worked.
Understand that, but if you've not watched The Rock in many of his other movies, if you watch him in his early stuff in Disney shows like the Quarterback movie, him playing the gay guy.
No.
And so I think The Rock can immerse himself. I'm sorry, Rick, go ahead.
Now, if The Rock was his same size as he was in the game plan, if you notice, everybody you look at in the Star Wars universe, everybody is not The Rock.
Well, look, The Rock has crossed over to Star Trek once where he fought, what is it, 7 to 9, 6 to 9, what was her name?
Well, I understand what I'm saying. I'm not arguing against his range. I'm arguing against the fact that he's already too successful, and that's why they wouldn't do it. Because it's like he would be overshadowing it by being in it.
Maybe, but The Rock is the kind of guy that would take a bit part in something like this because he wants to be remembered. He wants to be remembered as one of the greatest actors around and not just a wrestler.
Yeah, but it's not him that I think would be the problem. The problem would be the producers being like, oh no, we can't throw The Rock in this because he's already huge and he would overshadow the whole production.
So you jack him up as one of those freaking monsters that's like one of the big monsters that Kylo Ren has to fight, or maybe Rey has to fight and Rey wins.
Well, he'd probably be like all the other actors that wanted their bid parts. They'd be all in makeup and you wouldn't even know it was The Rock.
I know, but The Rock's in it. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool.
I could see that. That would be possible.
I agree with you. The Rock is too big, too polarizing that a picture of The Rock and it would be really ridiculous. However, speaking of The Rock, Rampage, I saw a preview for that. I want to see it now. I'm all in.
I thought The Rock, when I first heard he was doing it, I thought he was going to be the monkey that was going to grow. Because you remember at the end of the game.
That's racist, man. That's racist. You could have made him the lizard.
Well, the wolf was like a werewolf, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why The Rock got to be the monkey?
Well, fine. He was a wolf then. It doesn't matter. You know, I figured because after the animals got shot enough, they turned back to their human form. But these were already animals.
Yeah, and The Rock was friends with the monkey.
Yeah.
It looks really good. I'm really like the direction they're going with it. Of course, Negan's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know about the 40-foot wolf? I was like, dude, that was totally Negan boys. What the hell? Smart ass. But anyway, I digress. Those are your numbers, brought to you by Uncanny Comics.
All right, now we're going to jump straight into trailer talk because I know when we get to review, we want to make it quick, but it's never going to be quick.
What are you trying to say?
We always talk a lot.
We long-winded?
You're doing it now. The first bitch.
The first bitch.
The first bitch. The first trailer we saw was The Polka King with Jack Black. That's a Netflix movie. It's about a true story. I guess he plays a polka star. I guess that started a Ponzi scheme.
That's what I was wondering. Was it a Ponzi scheme movie?
Well, see, the thing is, I don't think he was trying to start any kind of Ponzi scheme. I think, he's an immigrant. So, he's coming over from like, what was it, Sweden or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. One of those countries. And, he kind of gave me the vibe of like the same guy who played Uncle Buck, and he was like the polka king of the Midwest. Candy. Yeah, from in Home Alone, he was in that, gave his mom the ride and all that.
Oh, great, because he's a fat white guy. Thanks, Sean.
No,
way to just put him in that box.
He's clearly fitting that stereotype, and that's on purpose. It's for the comedy of it. But it's, so he's an immigrant. I don't think it was a scam on purpose. I think he was trying to get these old people into this, and polka is obviously, that's who his demographic is. That's who his market is. It's the old people at like these retirement homes and whatnot. That already kind of makes it somewhat funny just because that's his market. That's how his business is trying to explode, is like with all these old people.
So you're saying he was ignorant of what he was doing, not realizing he was running a scheme.
Yeah, because what he was trying to do is just he wanted to grow his business, and he's like, it's America, it's the land of opportunity. So he's getting this money from these old people, but he's not taking the legal steps, that you have to take, getting like a LLC and having a tax code and setting up a financial structure that protects people from schemes.
And he just kept putting it in his bank account.
Yeah, he was just personally taking the money and saying that they were investing in something. He didn't. in his mind, he was going to be paying them all back. He was going to be doing something for some of all of them, but he wasn't following U.S. legal code for what you do in a situation where people are investing in your business.
I could see some parts of fun in this movie, but I don't know if that's one I would enjoy.
Yeah, the thing is, I get the premise. I like some of the things about it, but that whole legal part of it's cringy for me because I hate that kind of
It's
crap.
making me think too much. Come on, it's a polka movie. I was waiting for a good polka song.
But you know, it could have been it could have been the trailer though, because like the whole thing might be a lot more goofy ass than what we got from the trailer. The trailer might have made it seem too much about the dramatic side of it.
So I'll wait for trailer 2.
Or, like I said, it's going to be on Netflix, so.
Oh, okay.
So
we can bash it or there.
Yeah, we'll let you all know if it was worth anything or not.
Speaking of that, and I don't mean to interrupt your things again, but now you made me think of another review. Did you watch Bright?
Yes.
There we go. All right. Okay, continue on, Rick.
All right, coming in number 2. Our next trailer we saw was called Every Day. This is the one with
Every day I'm shuffling. Every day. No. Oh.
This is the one with the girl that has I guess it's the love interest that keeps going into a different body every day of the same age.
Yeah, Sean and myself, we both like the idea that you're waking up in a different person, never the same person. So you're a girl, you're a guy, you're a brown guy, you're a black guy, you're a black girl, you're a fat girl, you're a stupid dude, you're a fat guy. It's just interesting. That was pretty cool. And how he was constantly reminding the girl, I'm this person. When you were at the beach, you were with me. When you were here. So she's kissing him as a girl. She's kissing him as a guy. She's kissing him as this and everything. And then Sean hits me. I think there's a hidden agenda in here because of the whole thing. I was like, you know what? I never thought of that. I like the premise. The music made me feel kind of girly. It appealed to my girly senses. I'm not trying to be funny here, but it did make me interested and invested into the movie, which I have to say, music does that. And so I like the premise, and I like to see how they're struggling. I hope there's no hidden agenda that Sean's about to bring up, but it seems like a cute girl, take a guy, girl movie, or take your guy to guy. I don't know, whatever the hell Sean's about to say, but, I'd be ashamed to watch it in the movie theater, put it that way. I have to watch it at home.
This is one I thought y'all were going to bash, and y'all are actually
surprised
at liking this one more.
Well, because it's a premise I've not seen.
Yeah.
You see the guy wakes up or he relives the day over and over again, Tom Cruise or the other guy or whatever movie or with the ones getting killed. But this is something different. You're waking up as somebody else every day. It's not even Drew Barrymore when she was waking up because she lost her memory. Remember she lost her. So this is totally different. So this is something fresh. Now, had we not do it with teenage angst and all this other stuff, it might be even better.
You know what the downfall is?
What's that?
We don't know what she originally was, a male or a female.
That might come out in the movie. In fact, that might be something we didn't get spoiled on. That might actually be a good thing. It might be better in the movie because you don't know. Unless they spoil it in a later trailer and they'll be like, oh, great job, guys. You just fucked that up.
So you're either telling me it's a goddamn chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's the question.
It's either guy on girl or girl on girl.
What?
Which is going to be good for you?
I'm fine with everything. In the movie. Look, man.
In your bed, that's another question.
That's right. Yeah. You have to have an open mind, and I feel that this movie is that. But I don't want an agenda. Just go make the soft, loving, family type feel good movie, and I'm good with you. If she winds up having cancer and The Fault in Our Stars, I'm gonna fucking slap you. Right. I don't want to see some stupid ass movie like that. But this actually made you feel. It gave you the feels. It tugged the heartstrings.
Okay.
You just can't believe I went there.
Okay.
2018, The Lighter Side of Miguel has come out.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'll say if anything saves it, it's the idea that is novel that is going after it. Otherwise, it's totally chick flick stuff. And
this movie's gonna bomb, you know.
If you can handle that, if you like chick flick stuff, if you don't mind this kind of a thing, like apparently Miguel doesn't, then you'll enjoy it. I do get the vibe off of it. I do get the feeling off it that it doesn't just so happen that this person can be any race or gender or whatever. It kind of gave me that feeling like they're trying to push that whole gender fluidity stuff and whatnot. And, you know, whether you believe it or not, that's one thing. But the thing is, it's like when you're trying to make people accept something, like you're trying to subliminally message stuff. That gets annoying because it undercuts good storytelling, and it gets in the way of just having a good movie because it's a good movie. You know,
so
keep
now,
politics out of stuff.
So now I'm gonna mind fuck you. What if it's all in her mind. And only the girl that she's in love with sees him changing.
So you think M.I. Shyamalan is the one that's behind this?
Oh, fuck. Well, here's a question. Here's a legitimate question to you. If he's changing, doesn't the parents change too?
You got a point there, because
it can't just be one person. Okay, so Rick and his girlfriend are both Hispanic.
What happened to his own body then?
Yeah, has a black baby and he's white. Or he's brown and they have a yellow. I'm just saying. Well, so the parents have to change too. So it's just more than one.
Or something had to have happened to his original body.
I'm thinking the girl's just fucked in her head. I'm thinking now we may be going with the girl's the only one seeing the difference.
You know what? This would be really interesting. If she is just fucked out of her mind, then, this could be a total mind blower.
No, I'm thinking you start thinking about this because the kid can't be the only one changing. The parents have to change too.
No,
if that's not the case,
it's just the personality of that one person just keeps going to a different body.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, where did the personality come from? It had to have an original body. It had to
that's
have
what I'm
born.
saying. It's you. We don't know who the original person was. Is he alive or is he dead?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, but he's coming back as another person in a totally different body too.
The only explanation I could see is that he's dead.
And he temporarily displaces these people. So where are they?
Okay, so Sean and me, we'll say Sean and me are Sean and his woman have you as a son. You're in a fucking coma, but we know you keep on coming back as me or you come back as Kyle, but they know you're their son.
Yeah, because I'm still there.
Yeah, but okay, you're not following me. Okay, so you're black. But now all of a sudden you're in a coma and you're reborn as a white boy. And the parents who are black know that you're actually their son reborn in another body. But your black body's still over there.
No, they don't know that. They're still looking at the coma son. The only one that knows that changed is the girl.
Okay, so where the fuck is the kid staying at then, mister?
We don't know. We don't know if he's alive or dead. The trailer didn't show that, you moron.
Wow. You guys are getting way too intense over this.
What I'm trying to tell you is...
Let's bring it down.
It could be either two different ways, you jackass. Number one...
I gave you two ways. One's in a coma or he's dead.
He's not fucking...
Or she's dead.
Oh, that makes it even more fucked up.
Wow, that's really morbid.
Dude, thank you, Sean.
God damn.
Fuck, we're taking this happy gold love story movie.
We're cutting this trailer. We're not talking about this.
But no, that's interesting. It will be interesting to see where they go with that.
Yeah.
Now you want to see it even more now.
Y'all get more far into the whole thing, and I'm almost like it's just jumping.
Yo, bro, we're deep.
Y'all go too deep. That's not part of the movie.
Shit, we could be screenwriters.
We should do that.
We have no idea where the movie would be going.
That's true. It might Shyamalan.
It would never show up on the theater because it would never be finished filming.
That's fucked up. What are you trying to say?
Well, we don't have to film it. We only have to write it.
Be M. Night Shyamalan you from the beginning to the end.
M. Night Shyamalan, look at this. Man, I don't even want to do this shit.
Nice. That's right, but James Cameron would do it.
James Cameron looks like it's not long enough.
Oh, fuck.
All right, the next one we saw is called The Competition, and this is the one with... God, what's his name? He was in
Klein.
Yeah, Klein. And this is a competition. I guess the girl only dates guys for 6 months because any further than that, it's not worth it. And he has all his friends that's been over 6 months, and there's a competition to see if she's right or wrong.
You know what's funny about this is that Klein guy. He was in American Pie and all that stuff. And not to shit on him, but he was supposed to get married to Katie Holmes, and she dumped his ass for Tom Cruise, and then you know how that went. But anyway, this dude hasn't been in a movie in how long? I haven't seen him in a movie or anything in a while. Dude is bald as fuck. He's getting his Mr. Sex Appeal shit is gone, but yet he's making a movie.
Last time I saw him in a movie was We Were Soldiers after American Pie.
Oh God, that's a long time ago.
It was after American Pie, but he was in that
actually good in that one. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. I like the premise, and but Sean said again, you kind of seen this movie before almost. I just wonder who wins.
Yeah, it's kind of a powder keg because it's okay, is it going to go in the direction that she's right, that nothing really means anything, people don't really give a shit, and they will cheat on anybody if somebody hotter comes into their life? Or is he going to be right and it's going to be it's a big lesson? Or are they going to try to go somewhere in between where it's some people do and some people don't? Either way, we all predict that they're going to both end up falling in love in there.
Yeah, we see that happening. Rick called that out at the beginning. We all knew that was going to happen.
The question is, are they going to try to moralize us or try to demoralize us? Or are they going to just try to say, well, we don't really know?
How's she going to mail the guy's underwear, the first guy that cheats? That's just messed up. I don't want that package.
I'm sitting here thinking about this just now, and I'm looking, I was like, yeah, we look, is she's going to realize, oh, she's in love and she wants to be with him forever. And then he's going to be like, oh, I don't want you.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
You know what's funny is this is like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, the bet between Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson's character. It's kind of similar but different. But men, how to break up a guy. Whatever. Another movie that I'm not going to see in the theater.
All right, the next one we saw, I think we all want to try to see this in the movie theater. This is done by Clint Eastwood, called 1517 to Paris. This is go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, this is actually based off of an actual event. This happened over in Paris, France. They were actually on a train, and there was a terrorist. There was a fundamentalist, somebody with a AK-47 or whatever. What
hey, man, don't sugarcoat that shit. Call him what he is.
Oh, a fucking terrorist. Okay, we just won't talk about anything else.
Allah Akbar. Say it right, man.
The hero was a Marine, and he just happened to be there. He was just visiting over in France. He was just in the area, and he actually got up, and when he saw what was going on, saw the terrorist situation, he ran and he rushed the guy. So instead of them having a massive whole bunch of casualties and people that died, he took the risk personally and did something heroic. And so this is an actual thing. This actually happened. I believe he did. I can't remember I'm a little fuzzy on the details, but I believe he actually did get shot in the process, like through the shoulder or whatever, but he continued and wrestled the guy down, got the gun away from him. So a bunch of people were saved by the act. But the movie definitely seems to be emphasized from the trailer that it's about that fact that, look, he wasn't here doing his job. He wasn't like wearing uniform. He wasn't a police officer.
He was like on vacation.
Yeah, he was on vacation. He was, so for all intents and purposes, he's just a normal civilian. He has some military training, but he's just a person. But he chose in that moment to do something heroic to try to save other people. And this whole thing seems to be looking at the domino effect of like his life and what all these other people do and their decisions. And it's kind of trying to say, any of us can be a hero if that's what we decide to do with our actions. Like, heroes are not just sort of this higher class of people that are braver than everybody else, or they're better trained, or they're like, you're born a hero, like kind of like people think you're born a genius. No, it's someone normal that makes a choice to do something heroic. That's a hero.
Why do I hear Foo Fighters in my head?
Nice. There is 2 to 3 times, I believe, in your life that you have opportunity to do something heroic, probably. Close to that, maybe not, maybe 1 or 2. Who knows? But you never know. It's just what's inside of you. Being a prior military man, my son's a military person right now. You train for situations, and his instincts were based on what he was trained on. I mean,
and he jumped to it. As
right now, if I was on the train and that happened with me right now, I probably wouldn't react because I've been out long already now. Now, had it been maybe immediately after I was out, or maybe within a year's time, yeah, I probably myself would have tried to do something. I'm not saying I'm a hero, but I'm just saying if someone was out versus for over a while, like I had been versus with just barely being out, I could see that happening. And, not saying that someone who wouldn't react as a coward, it's just you see things differently. As like we had that discussion once, Rick, as you get older, you start to value life a little bit more. As a young man, you're in the military, they train you to take bullets like they're nothing. You're invincible. As you get older and it's like I am right now, all of a sudden life is precious. My precious.
Well, no, something I think I read in an article, if I read this correctly, Clint Eastwood actually used the real people.
That's cool.
Really? Wow.
That's cool. You got the all Akbar, that guy?
No, not that guy.
He dragged his body out of the grave.
The real Marine
Nice.
guy. And I think those weren't actors. Those were the actual.
Wow.
Clint Eastwood does crap like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be
Clint
amazing.
Eastwood, when he makes his movies, man, tell you what, they legit. They get you right there, dog.
Oh, yeah. You know what movie I still haven't seen his is Flags of Our Fathers.
That's one I haven't seen either, and it's a damn shame. I need to fix that.
I don't know. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't. Though actually, I did finally see Blade Runner, the second movie.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, I actually did, and you know what? They're all fucked up. Like, it was a good movie.
Nice.
Like, fuck the critics. It was a good movie.
We need to catch that,
It was
Rick.
a smart movie, huh?
It was a smart movie. Like, it was not for the lowest common denominator.
What the fuck?
All
You're a
right.
0.
I want to mention the next trailer we saw. It's called Mortal Engines from, what's his name?
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Not much of a trailer to really discuss about.
I don't know what the
We have
fuck that
no idea
was.
what's going on. All we know is that the cities are rolling around on wheels, just like Howl's Castle on the.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck.
it looks like a bit of a Mad Max kind of world. It looks a little bit, what else? Kind of Mad Max, kind of like Escape from L.A., but also kind of
You're trying to tell me the cities are
fantasy.
sentient?
Well, see, the world seems pretty wasteland-ish.
Yeah.
And like it's like people became societies on wheels, like cities on wheels, and it's kind of like gone back to tribalism, like warring tribes and stuff like that. So it's, that seems to be the basis of it, the premise of it. The aesthetic seems like something kind of, bigger scale, like Transformers, like something like there is I really get to feel like there is a franchise at the back of this. There is something that has already been done that they're riding off of, like a book or whatever.
Well, he said it's his next saga, so
I don't care what words you pull out of your thesaurus. You can't dress this shit. This trailer did not entice me. It just made me feel like I was stupid. So it's not one of mine.
I didn't say as much as he did. I just said it didn't show enough to me to actually give it a.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it could be interesting. I'm not saying all of that to be for it. I'm saying all that as an analysis. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
I'm giving my anal list and it ain't worth a damn. I don't care. Trailer 2 can come out and it's not going to say shit to make this movie worth a damn.
I'm just glad that, they're on wheels and not walking.
Nice.
All right, next trailer we saw was Ocean's 8.
Boo!
If you like Ocean 11, you'll like this one. This is just based off, I guess, it'd be the family.
So we in Hollywood have no more fresh ideas, that we decided to make an Ocean's 8, which follows the guy's brother, sister, or whatever the hell now. Now we're going to do it with women.
Yep, everybody just wants to switch it.
Well, damn it, they have a new idea. It's Mortal Engines, but you just shit all over that, so they got to go with Ocean's 8.
Yeah, but Mortal Engines is a retarded-ass fucking idea. What the fuck? Ocean's 8.
Either way, he's
to be fair, I don't think it's a new idea anyway.
I'm shitting on both these movies. I'm sorry, Ocean's 11 didn't do shit for me. I'm sorry. It was the cast was interesting, even but it's just not. I guess it wasn't my thing. Maybe a lot of people like this movie. A lot of people like Ocean's 11 and that type of crap. That's fine. If you want to go see Ocean's 8, it has Sandra Bullock, and I forget who else is in it. It has Anne Hathaway and whatever not. But it's a played out idea that was done in Ocean's 11.
Has Hella? Has Hella in it?
Hella who?
The one who played Hella.
Oh, okay. Hella crap. But anyway, I don't know that I would see. That's not one of my movies. So I can't honestly give it a fair assessment. The actresses, they look okay. I mean, you got some good actresses in there, but it seems slow and dry to me, and that's probably why it doesn't appeal to me. Go ahead, Sean.
I see what you mean, and it seems kind of hard to say, like, what market are they really playing to with it? Like, I don't really know. Like, in some ways, it's got a Mission Impossible vibe. In some ways, it's got a lot of those same. It's got a Charlie's Angels kind of thing going on there. Not as much of the fabulousness, more on like a. Tired out, like Soccer Mom cynical kind of style. But
and then Sandra Bullock is trying to act like freaking Pretty Boy George Clooney because they're brother and sister, and it just comes out sad to me.
I just look at that they just went on ahead and said let's do it with women instead of the guys, because in the first one it was just all guys.
Yeah, so since we did Ghostbusters with men, we should do them with women too.
Yeah, that's what I looked at it as.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Next time, Clash of the Titans instead of Perseus, we'll have Priscilla.
I don't know if they can do that now.
It does feel recycled. I'll say that. Like, generally, I like these grand plan. We're gonna pull off a heist kind of movies, but something about it feels recycled.
I'm Optimus Prima taking on Mectrona, some shit like that, right? It's just gonna reboot everything with women.
Probably. I know there already been pictures of John Cena, not with John Cena, but Bumblebee, the movie.
And who's in it now?
What's her name? That was. She's on Pitch Perfect. She was in Ender's Game. She was the girl in when they redid True Grit.
Oh, Haley Steinfeld.
There you go.
Steinfeld, whatever it is. The singer.
All right. The next one we saw was Sicaro 2. It's the one with
Del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro and
the guy he turns loose. Crap.
Thanos.
Brolin.
Yeah,
Josh
Brolin. Looks really good.
Yeah, but y'all shit on it. Said that the first one was crap. So now,
well, that's what it's a slow movie. That the other one said. I haven't seen the first one. The only one that I actually saw was Kyle's wife that saw it, and she was the one that it was too slow of a movie.
Well, Kyle saw it with her too. I think he said.
Yeah, so the action was good, right? But it wasn't enough action.
It wasn't enough action or anything like that. So
like an hour and a half movie with an hour and 20 minutes of talking, and 5 and 20 minutes of action.
And like I said, this one looks really good. I think this time they said, all right, let's not do the other one, and they went off the chain.
But you said a good point, Rick. The music just
it immerses you into
God,
it.
yeah.
This was definitely an example. Whoever did the trailer on this one, perfect, because it makes you want to see it.
But then Kyle came in here and said the first trailer was the same goddamn way, and it was shit. So it's just like, fuck. What do you do, man? I guess you'll rent it on the red box.
We'll wait until it comes out on Netflix.
Very nice.
All right, and the last one we saw is Disney got one coming out in Christmas time, The Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Now, I was making fun of you when you said that, by the way.
Oh, the Nutcracker?
No, that and how you go, but it's dark. I'm like, how the fuck can the Nutcracker be dark? Then I saw this trailer, I was like, holy fuck, it's dark.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It didn't seem like your normal Nutcracker that you would. I mean, it's still. I think it's more of a musical type still because they still playing the music and the orchestra into it. But they're actually more.
But it's theatrical, like the same way Beauty and the Beast was.
Yeah,
same way as Oz was as well. I am very. It's polarizing to me. I'm in. I want to see it. I do. I mean, the Nutcracker is like do 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 do. But the dark side of the thing was like, ooh. It appealed to my inner dark side or whatever you want to say. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the actual story, like written story, was kind of a ghost story-ish kind of feel. It was a Victorian sort of thing. So it makes sense where they're going in that direction. That's kind of like closer to the source material a little bit. And, it was their whole appeal of the aesthetics on this and the way it all seems to be going. It's very enchanting, but there is a undertone of something dark. There's an undertone of something mysterious. And that's what I love about it, because it's not gaudy. They didn't just like go, straight up, rags and fucking scary stuff around. No, they left it like there's something going on here. Like not all is well. Like
in a world made of wood with fairies.
Evil fairies.
Someone lights a fire.
Nice.
I was like, all right, but that's the last one we saw. Like I said, it looked pretty dark, looks pretty interesting, looks like it's gonna be a good one. We'll go ahead and I'll give the little bit of movie news I have here, and then we'll have our review for the Jumanji, right?
Right?
Yeah.
And Bright.
And Bright. The first part of movie news, it's just a question I want to ask you guys because it was a question that was thrown up on there, and the whole article was going apeshit on it. Will Thanos be the best MCU villain?
He better be, because of how much they've built him up. Like, if for no other reason, they better make him the best. And I really don't think that it's on Josh Brolin so much as it is on the writers, and it is on the way that they project him throughout the whole story. Like, he's been so built up to this point. He's probably the most built up to villain, probably in movie history, because no one has had as many movies that are all crescendoing up to this point. So, kind of like, they better make him the worst ever. We're all going to be majorly disappointed.
I agree with you. The script has a lot to do with it, but already seeing some of the trailer parts where he punches Iron Man, and he's like got Spider-Man down on the ground like and he's not even wearing his full armor yet. So like, you bitches don't scare me. Now, when he tangles with Thor and the Hulk and all them, and shit starts getting hairy and everybody's involved, that's when we're going to find out how bad of a motherfucker he really is and how well they did. But yeah, he has the potential to be the best of them all.
He has the potential too. But yeah, definitely.
They could drop the ball, but Marvel has not dropped the ball at all.
Yeah, they haven't yet. They haven't yet. I think we have every reason to have confidence from what we've seen even.
Unless we get a real jokey Thanos, then I'm walking out.
Oh, yeah, that would be fucked up.
No, I don't think so. I think Josh is playing it the way Thanos is.
They already did that with The Last Jedi. They don't need to do that with this too. Come on.
But I have to admit though, I don't think, and maybe you might agree with me, the first one, we see some of the stones in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to have it completed at the end of this movie.
Probably not.
He probably won't be completed until the Infinity War 2.
Or he does complete, because you can't do that because then they have to go into battle against him. So, he can't have them all yet.
Yeah, so it's probably going to get filled on the next one, but I think Adam Warlock will not show up until part 2. I don't think he'll be in this one.
Probably. Makes sense. Either way, seeing Captain America with a beard was great.
That would be very interesting, because if they did it that way, then like the second movie, at least towards the end, would be more villain centric, because it would be more around him and Adam Warlock trying to convince him and trying to go through with him and get him to the point to see you can't do what you think you're going to do.
Yeah, Marvel is really pulling out the people who you would expect to see. I mean, they're doing this stuff with the Infinity War, but then there's these so-called, I don't know if it's true, the Kang thing they're going to do down after this. Like, really, we're going to fuck around with time travel and really mess some shit up here? Which now the purchasing of the other people, meaning the X-Men, can show up, which you need.
Kane is a sinister motherfucker,
yeah, and so
too.
it means Havoc and all those guys. Oh, God, I'm already wetting my pants. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think Thanos can be the badass that he needs to be.
Yeah. All right, the next part of the news. Netflix, before even Bright came out, released on Netflix, they already signed on for the sequel.
Well, it's Will Smith. You have to think Will Smith is money. I mean, you honestly do think that, even though he's older now, but maybe the person who runs Netflix loved the script so much it appealed to him, and he figured, hey, we're going to do okay. We'll do it again. Now, granted, I don't know how I did number-wise. Do we know?
I don't know, because it was on Netflix. I didn't.
Yeah. I don't even know. Honestly, it's a mystery to me how their profits even work, because it's like, where's the money all come from? I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure a shitload of people streamed it already, and it looked good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll have our quick on review on that, but.
Yeah. Next part of the news. I know Miguel doesn't really read all these books, and everything, because I know you didn't read Percy Jackson, excuse me.
I have not read all the books. I've only read a few, but I've seen the movies.
All right. Do you know about Artemis Fowl?
Yes.
They're making it movies.
Really? Oh my God, that would be so cool. And this would really follow well in the trail of Bright, because this is a kind of similar scenario where you have modern world and like, okay, there's a, but in this case, like instead of like, oh, the races just, stayed together and then they came into a modern age, all of the other races basically are living underground, living under the world. So it's kind of more like troll hunters kind of a thing. But
interesting.
Yeah, so it's really fascinating, and it really centers around a character. He's this kid. He's a kind of a genius, kind of a polymath, and way smarter. He's more like an adult by his actual intelligence, and a mastermind, criminal mastermind. And he has like this bodyguard that's kind of like a older brother to him that is there to protect him. And it was a really cool series of books. It was really interesting because he ends up somehow stumbling onto the fact that these other species exist, these other races exist, and they're underground. And he found some way basically of making money off of it, profiting off of it through a criminal operation. And so they end up like, they have their own like law enforcement, their own thing, and they end up coming after him, and they're going to like try to stop him, try to wipe his brain of everything clean. So he has to figure a way and figure a loophole through their magic and their technology to get out on the other side and, keep his gains. Basically kind of scamming a world of like fairies and elves and crap. So it's a very interesting set. If they did it right as like series of movies, man, it would be a lot of fun to watch.
That one's going to start filming. It's actually starting to film early this year, and it should be released in 2019 in August.
Nice.
9th, of 2019 in August is when it'll be out. I'm trying to pull up a picture of the lead characters, a newcomer.
Huh, weird. They don't show him?
Yeah, they have a picture of him, and he actually does.
So he's so new to everything, he's not even like in the Google pictures yet.
In Google pictures yet, but he has the glasses like Artemis Fowl did and everything, just like the book. So I was actually, interesting. I actually got him to look like the character itself.
Wow.
And the last bit of news I have coming this holiday season, besides the Nutcracker that we just saw, they're going to make a new animated movie. I'm pretty sure it's going to be CG. It's gonna be the Grinch, and Benjamin Cumberbatch is gonna be the voice of the Grinch. Doctor Strange is the Grinch.
Sherlock Holmes is the Grinch.
You know what? Benjamin Cumberbatch is an amazing actor. It's fine. I just think The Grinch is another movie that's been done way too many times now. Let it go.
I mean, honestly, I really love Jim Carrey's Grinch.
I have no problem with that.
That was a good movie.
I don't know, but he brings Khan's voice.
My name is the Grinch.
Honestly, I probably would.
Not much. No, the new version, not Martovan's version.
My name is Khan.
I mean, I'm not super excited about it or anything, but it would probably be cool. I would like to see what Benedict Cumberbatch would do as the Grinch.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not really very interested, but I'm interested in that part of it, which kind of seems like what they were doing, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can live with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a picture of what Artemis Fowl is going to look like. Yeah, that looks, yep.
Good.
says Twilight, and he'd like the switching body motherfucking show. Like, what the fuck? You don't get to say gay anymore.
That means happy. What the hell's wrong with you people?
All right, now we'll just go into our reviews, gentlemen.
I can see it all from here, falling away. Everything is all so clear as night and as day.
Miguel, what did you think of Jumanji?
I thought we'd start off with Bright since it'd be a little bit slow. It's not as long as Jumanji, but okay, we'll do.
It doesn't matter which one we start.
All right, fine, Jumanji.
We've been talking about Jumanji since the beginning, so let's go with
Let me
Jumanji.
tell you something. First of all, not enough credit was given to The Rock. Not enough credit was given to Kevin Hart. Not enough credit was given to Jack Black or the young lady, I can't think of her name right now, who played one of the assistants in one of the Doctor Who's. It was a great movie. It was, to me, okay, it was an earth-shattering, world-changing type movie, but it had its moments, and it was really funny. The Rock just shows you the level, the depth of how he can act. Kevin Hart, of course, is a great addition to The Rock. I mean, they roll well together. They're kind of like this podcast. Us together, them together, they're like gold together. They really are. They know how to play off each other. Jack Black, who you thought, okay, whatever, he hasn't done much in a while. He's been here and there, here and there. Great addition to the movie. Oh my God, playing a woman inside of a man's body who first notices her penis. That was freaking hilarious. Rick and me about fell out of our chair. Had we been eating popcorn, we probably would have started choking. And she even says goodbye to it. Like, what the hell? But
you can't remember Karen Gillian.
Karen Gillian. Oh yeah, what's her name? Blue girl, Nebula.
Nebula.
Oh yeah, Karen Gillian's hot. But she's amazing in her dance, kung fu, whatever. But props to the 4 young kids, the 4 actors who played the kids. They did pretty good too. I wasn't too. They're kind of like, you don't have much of them in the beginning and much of them at the end. Obviously, that's all you get. But for the little part they were on, they were pretty cool. I was kind of interested in what they were doing. I like the fact that Tom Hanks' son, Colin Hanks, was in it at the end. The movie was fun, plain and simple. The movie was fun. It wasn't a retread of Jumanji 1.
No,
it was something that the game sucked you in. The game changed. The game, what's the word I'm looking for? It adapted to the new way people acted. And so the world, it was so cool. They did an homage to Robin Williams, which I thought was amazing. So the game itself was pretty cool. The bad guy, good bad guy. He wasn't something overly over the top, but he was still creepy enough to like, dude, what the hell, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Would I go see it again? Oh, yeah. I definitely would pay money to go see this again.
I would. I honestly would, too. I would go see it in theaters again, and that's not something I would say about a lot of movies.
My nephew saw the movie, too, and he enjoyed it. And my kids didn't want to go, and I told them about it. He's like, oh, man, I wish I'd have gone. I said, yeah, this movie is fun. It is just a fun movie to go.
There you go. It's fun.
And don't have to worry about nakedness. Don't have to worry about swearing. Don't have to worry about ignorant stuff. I mean, yeah, the penis joke was funny, but he never really mentioned it. It just, you kind of forgot what he was talking about.
Oh my God, am I not Instagramming this right now?
Yeah, no, but it's so, oh my God. And aim. Remember to aim. The Rock always aim.
He's
and
like,
Chris is like, who hurt you? What do you mean aim? But yeah, the gags, it was great. I thought it was a great movie. I felt it was a little short. I would have liked a little bit more. There were some parts in it I thought it was a little slow.
The fact that they made it linear like a game.
Yeah, appealing to gamers. But it was a little, like I said, there was parts in there were a little slow, but it was funny. The game part about the guy, I think he's one of these. He can only repeat this over and over and over again.
He's an NPC.
Yeah, it's like, this is freaking hilarious. So yeah, my overall, I gave Jumanji a 7.5 based on, I wasn't going all on plot holes or a plot, whatever it was. A fun, enjoyable family movie in this modern day and age, with The Rock being funny as always, Kevin Hart and everybody else doing such a great job on this movie, and obviously the money and the people have spoken.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Man, that's hard to follow up on.
No, what?
He had a lot of my same points.
Oh, I'm sorry. So shit on the movie.
Ultimately, I fucking hated this movie. No, ultimately, this movie was a lot of fun. I mean, that's what it was. You know, it didn't have this like big, you know, it's a perfect movie. It's so high quality in every possible way and aspect. But what it had was so much character, so much personality, and you really enjoyed every character. And they didn't become a raunchy or kind of stupid comedy. And they didn't also like be trying to take themselves too seriously. Like we've talked about this, how there's this thing where movies, they try to be too much of one movie and too much of another movie, and they don't end up being good in either category. They really did a good job of the fact that you know, of course you suspend disbelief, and yet at the same time is making fun of itself in actually funny ways. And
cake is my weakness.
Exactly. Like it's like you can tell they had input into how it was written. Like these good comedic minds that were behind it, and really, you know, a good story. You got a good feels about their characters, their personalities, and how their dynamic of their relationships changed and evolved through the movie. You know, just throughout the whole thing, it makes you think, and you're entertained, and you enjoy the entire experience. So it's a great movie.
The one other thing I wanted to point out was how the kids all had their problems at the beginning. The young man who was friends with the athlete who wasn't really friends with him anymore. The girl who was so full of herself, which is the woman played by Jack Black. And of course the girl who thought she was ugly, played by Karen Gillian. And how they changed after the movie. So it's kind of like a lesson learned, you know. They weren't so self-absorbed in each other. They were friends now. They were like a family, and you know, they went through hell. Their personal hell, you know, they could have died. But it was pretty cool. So I don't really remember if Jumanji, the first one, really gave Robin Williams that lesson in that, or the girls. Because remember, the girls started playing, they left him, and then the kids came back and got kids later on got Robin Williams, not the same people that started the game with him.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really a life lesson in that one. For this one, it kind of was, because this one, that the four children learned that you must be cool to your friends, because, you know, these are your friends. And
and not to judge by appearances.
Exactly.
Like,
Don't be self-absorbed.
You could have judged any of them by their appearance that they're just a fuck up. Like, you could have judged the girl like she's just so self-absorbed with her selfies and everything. She doesn't give a shit about anyone. But then you find out she does actually legitimately care, and she actually puts her life on the line in the game for some guy she just met there, because she knows that's the only way he has a chance to get back into the real world. So, you know, you see that kind of the judgments you would make about some of the characters, despite their flaws, there's still something good there at the core. And some of them, they just have to come to certain realizations to get past their character flaws and not judge the others of them that they're not meshing well with. So they go from being, you know, people of totally different cliques and totally different ways of thinking to more free-minded and more like they're their own family unit.
And they still get you with the feels, because, you know, they're doing all the funny, stupid shit, and then the girl almost sacrifices a life to save the guy, which was a feel. It was like, oh, okay, that's nice. You know, something like that was going to happen. But then when Colin Hanks comes back, and they go to find the kid, the one they were working with. What was his Captain? What the hell was he? Captain Fly or Boomerang or whatever his name was in the game. Yeah. But they see him, and he recognizes them because he remembers what they told him. And they're talking, and the girl was happy he was alive, but she was really hoping he was still young. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I have a daughter now, and I named her after the girl who saved me. And that was a feel moment.
That was a major feel moment.
You saw how she felt and how he really legitimately loved those kids for saving his life. And it was kind of like, damn.
Yeah, that got you.
I was kind of like, I was a little lean to the left there and was dotting the eyes so Rick would look at me. That was like, oh, that was good writing, man. That got me right in the feels.
Yeah, it really did. So, you know, like overall, it was such a good movie. You know, it's not what the critics would consider the perfect movie. It's not a Golden Globe movie or whatever, but what it is so good.
It's one I'll buy and own on DVD and own on you know, digital copies so I can watch them whenever the hell I want to.
Definitely. And personally, I'd have to give it an 8 because I just enjoyed it that much.
There you go. Wow. All right, Rick, your turn.
Yeah.
There you have the best in the business. He's not the best for no reason.
Actually, it's a really good movie. I give it I'm also agreeing with you. 7.5 is not the greatest, whatever. I would give it an 8, but like I said, it does have its flaws. But I give credit to Jack Black. He played a teenage girl through him.
Yeah.
And you believed it. God, you believed it so much. It was so hilarious watching that.
It really was.
It kind of reminds me of the part where Robert Downey Jr. played Osiris in Tropic Thunder. How he immersed himself in that character so much, you're like, dude, that's freaking amazing. And Jack Black was doing the same thing as the girl.
Yeah.
Even though he was,
You believed that he was Bethany. You really did.
I was like, that's some good stuff. And it's about time. And it shows your range, dude. Seriously. Because everybody probably thought he was a fuck up to begin with, but he's really got range.
No,
Yeah.
he's a good actor, really.
And then also the chemistry that The Rock and Kevin Hart. Oh my God,
It's perfect.
They worked well together in what was the other movie?
Oh man, the one
Central Intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Central
yeah.
Intelligence. They worked so well in that one, and this one just complemented it with it. You know, showing that like, wow, these guys, they're a good team.
Now, did you think honestly that Carrie Gillian and Jack Black rolled in with him perfectly? They kind of like it all meshed in perfectly together. It's like they had been working together for like ages. I would love to see those four do another movie together. Now, it would have been awesome if Carrie and Jack Black would have showed up in Rampage and Kevin Hart. That would have been pretty amazing. But that would have
it would have been a different show dynamic.
Exactly. We've gone from being a serious, dramatic movie to comedy.
And now we're seeing Karen Gillian going from Doctor Who to a villain slash what would you call her, an anti-hero in Guardians of the Galaxy to a shy girl.
The girl is the woman is very talented.
Yeah.
There are some really talented actors out there who are very young. And as we know, a lot of our actors we grew up on, whether it be men or women, are getting older. And are pretty much, eventually they're not going to be here either. And there's some really good young actors and actresses coming up. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully they don't get involved in any of that scandal shit that's going on with the rest of Hollywood.
The only thing I was like about you figured Jumanji upgraded itself, even though it was like back in the it was like 90s.
Who plays the board game?
And he was playing like PlayStation, and you figured.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I believe he was playing the PlayStation 1, and I'm all, you figured Jumanji would form into a CD, but instead of a cartridge, so it went N64 style to me.
Or Atari looking.
I thought it was more like Super Nintendo. I thought like he was, because I mean in the 90s we didn't all just like play the next gen, like Sony and whatnot. A lot of us still played the Genesis and the SNES.
I remember the kid was rich. You saw the house.
I guess he was a little bit, I don't know, but he was playing older stuff too. I mean, there were still retro gamers, and there's still people playing the 80s stuff in the 90s.
Yeah, it'd be some people buying Segas now that you can buy with all the games on it. Like, what the hell?
Well, no, like I said, I gave it a 7 overall. 7.5 is basically is pretty good. So definitely go out and see that movie. It's hilarious.
Love to get Kyle's take on it eventually, see what he thought.
Yeah. All right. The next movie we saw was Netflix, Bright, with Will Smith, and I can't remember the actor that played the ogre.
Oh God. Let me think about it real quick here.
Dang.
You go ahead and give me
he played Nemo on he played Captain Nemo, not Nemo, Zemo.
Oh, really?
On Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
He was the bad guy in Winter Soldier.
I didn't realize that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's son of a gun. Joel Egerton?
Yeah, I think was it him?
Yeah, no, Joel.
No.
But Joel Egerton was the one who played Nick. He's the
Yeah.
one who played the guy, but he was in movies. I'll tell you real quick. Joel was in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. He was in Zero Dark 30, The Great Gatsby, Black Mass, Loving and Bright. He wasn't in that movie thing he was in.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Must have been a similar looking guy.
Yeah.
he was Owen Lars in Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
wow.
So that immediately tells you who he was. He was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, all in all, like when I watched the movie, I was all like, I was already like all into it, just the whole thing. But as it was going through, as the movie was progressing and everything, the movie kind of felt like a part 2 to me. Because I wish it would have had, it started off basically like in the middle, saying, or like after the big war, and now the orcs are here, and the we're all living together, and then the orcs are the minority and everything, and I'm all like, yeah, well, how did this happen?
Hey, Star Wars, man, the words came up on the screen, and then boom, you're here.
And the words were really invisible because we didn't see them.
No, they were really tiny in case you didn't see them. But now I know exactly what you said, and we've had the discussion because they could technically go back and
Do a
make
prequel?
Exactly, because we don't know what started the war. We don't know how this ended up, and all of a sudden Nick is a partner with Will Smith's character like that quick, and they got shot. Because come on, people are gonna be pissed, but they're not going to shoot you day one after you become a cop. So he had to be a cop with Will Smith for a while up until that point. So that's where that's where I kind of feel that Rick's right, that this might be the middle movie and they're going to go back, because now you can go back to the prequel and then you can go forward from part 2.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I don't know if you were going to continue.
No, go ahead.
A lot of people didn't like this. It didn't get a lot of great reviews. But as you said, Netflix already had signed them for part 2 before this one was even out. The jokes were funny. There were some good jokes in there. There were some lame jokes in there. There was some good action. Yeah, the plot was all over the freaking place. There was many holes. I mean, there was a ton of holes, but you got to suspend belief and really enjoy the movie for what it is and what they're trying to tell you, which I got a trip out watching the orcs. The orcs are like the gangsters, which is really cool. Then you had the gangsters. Next guy is the Will's house. And then you had the fairies, which were, oh my God. And then you had the stupid elves, which were, ooh, man, I tell you what.
They were some scary, cold people.
Oh, yeah, they were. But Will Smith and Nick, I mean, you see the friendship working. Well, really, what's much of a friendship, but as it was going through and how things were happening, and you can kind of see Will Smith starting to respect him a little bit. You could tell that Nick thought the world of Will Smith's character.
Yeah.
But Will didn't reciprocate that at all.
Yeah.
So Will was the one who was actually changing, probably, you would almost say from being a orc bigot to not being one toward the end.
Yeah.
But the elves, I mean, this is what I told Rick. It was amazing how those 3 bad elves were whooping everybody's ass, FBI, special people, and everything's been just taking them out. Like 20 people, they were taking them out, just those 3. But yet Nick, this other little elf girl, and Will Smith were able to hold those 3 off. Matter of fact, they managed to kill all 3 of them at one point. And the one comes back. Spoiler, sorry. So I'm like, how the fuck is Will Smith and this one orc that badass? Okay, one, I can understand the orc is strong. He's not a puss, but he's not blooded. So he's not a super, super badass orc, but he's still an orc, so he's still strong. Will Smith, all of a sudden, how the hell is he even got these kind of fighting moves? And he must be like a badass cop, man. He must be from South Central or some shit. I don't know, but I don't think it was how the hell. But then Rick goes, but remember, he was a bright. Now, we didn't know that until the very end. Spoilers. But
so
it was,
he was possibly capable of more than most.
Yeah, so he could see the movements, kind of like you can see the quickness like the Flash could do, whatever. So he can actually react where everybody else couldn't. So that's the reason why it made sense to me.
Like
now.
how he could gun down all 4 of those officers like that before they could even get a single shot on him.
And how he was able to hold his own against the elves when he shouldn't have been able to. So it tells you he has some sort of power. So that was, okay, now it makes sense. Because you're watching, how the fuck is he doing all this shit? And then you start to think, this motherfucker's not normal. He's a bright.
Yeah.
And then boom, there it is. He's a fucking bright.
I knew one of them were going to end up using the wand. I knew it at some point. One of them was going to end up being it. And the funny thing is how they weave them together as both being a part of the prophecy. That's the interesting thing about it.
I actually would have thought if Will would have grabbed that motherfucker and he would have blown up, that would have been an interesting ending too. That would have been like, wow, okay, so Will's going to go ahead and die in this movie. That would have been cool too. Yeah. But then he comes back by the elf. That would have been cool too, but still, the way they ended it, the way they did it, I enjoyed it. I thought that, like I said, the jokes carried me through the movie, but the story itself, the music, love the music. The music had the hip hop going there, had some good songs going to behind it. The orcs, man, I felt the man orc when he's like, every year I hold this celebration, no guns, humans, orcs, everybody get together and have a good time, and you had to bring the guns. So that pissed him off.
It was the cops.
Yeah, it was like. You could have done anything else, but you brought guns. The one rule. Now I'm pissed. Now I got to kill you.
Yeah, that was it. Oh man, I just had it in my head, and we were talking about all this other stuff. The prophecy part. Mm-hmm. That one we did not know what that was going with either.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the orcs are like prophecy. I'm like, he's all of a sudden the Grand Poobah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is? What the hell is he wearing? Some elk head shit? Like. All right. I ain't scared of the man with the gun. I'm scared of that motherfucker over there wearing the mask. That dude's crazy. The prophecy.
And then he spoke.
Yeah, he did. Like, oh, hail the prophecy. Like,
and then all the orcs kneel down like the Ewoks.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is, I thought, again, the plot holes and everything else, they could have probably made this movie, it probably been a lot longer had they gone. Yeah. They probably had to make a series. But maybe they rushed it to get out too quickly, or they wanted to get out quickly. This year, I think if they had taken their time, they could have probably made this a long series like The Punisher if they wanted to.
I think the thing was they wanted to keep the pressure on of it being an intense movie. Because if you really, if you set the story aside, most of the actual what's going on is them trying to survive.
True.
That's what most of it is about. So if they really, and I'm a big story guy. I love story. Yet if they really tried to tell the story of what the prophecy really was and what really happened and what led up to these things, instead of just kind of referring to it and on the fly, oh, and by the way, this kind of reflects on that. It would have been too long. They wouldn't have been able to do what they did, and we wouldn't have had a movie where there was that kind of pressure of them constantly just trying to survive, the entire city coming after them. So we get a Gangs in New York or a Warriors, exactly. We get a Warriors vibe off of that. We never could have got that if they tried too hard to really explain everything.
One of the best scenes in the movie to me was when they were trying to drive away, and the wand starts to glow.
Oh, and
the car just like, what the? Oh, I was like, and I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, the wand can't go further than a certain distance or some shit. I was like, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts.
So you got to go back into the shit, dude. Yeah, okay, first of all, Poison, the handicap Mexican guy, not believable. Other Mexican number 2 would have shot him in the head a long time ago. I'm sorry, I know how Mexicans think. I'd have capped his ass and I'd have been the leader.
Should have been Shades.
Is that right? Oh God! But not in a wheelchair.
Not in a wheelchair.
That made it ridiculous. The orc leader I bought, the elven leader, she was a trip. That was one crazy bitch.
The elf
He's a
FBI
scary
guy.
Oh, that motherfucker freaked me out. I thought he was going to go all...
He was kind of scary, too.
I thought he was going to go all fucking sinister shit and go dirty. I was expecting to make a turn. Like, this motherfucker looks like he's evil. How the fuck's this guy FBI?
He was a very great...
A magic police.
Yeah, he was such a great representation of like the scary big brother, like the scary police organizations.
Read it closer. You're the magic police.
I like it. I like it at the end when she sat there and he comes in for the statements, and then the ogre's like, "Oh yeah, we did this."
Oh, the orc,
this,
yeah,
the
like,
orc guy was just the whole. You can tell he's straight rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was like, "Shut up." Not happen. All right, that's what we're gonna write down. Nothing happened. Like, nice conspiracy theory shit. Overall, I thought the movie was enjoyable. Plot hole being whatever, I don't care. It's Will Smith to me, and that was the appeal to me. I thought the guy that played the orc and the fairy girl were pretty good. I would prefer the fairy girl have a little bit more depth, but I was fine when she spoke. I liked the bad elf girl. She was really good. But like you said, the elf dude, the FBI, that was a scary motherfucker. He was more scary than the orcs. I think it was the eyes. Yeah. Just the way the eyes were.
Well, and his glowering kind of demeanor all the time.
He's smoldering.
I gave the movie, and again, you got to take, for me, you take aside the plot holes, you take about that, and it's an enjoyable movie. Will Smith fighting with orcs and fairies and all this stuff with the jokes and with the action. I gave it a 7 because, number one, I'd watch it again. And guess what? I have. I've seen it twice. And I'll probably watch it again with my mom because I think my mom would love it because it's Will Smith. So it's enjoyable to me. And like I said, the music and the rappers across the drug dealers across from Will's house. Check out my crazy cop neighbor, man. He crazy. He legit. Check this out. So that was my take on it. That's how I felt. What do you guys want?
Yeah, I got two. I'm gonna give you 2. My critic wise and
okay.
My thing. My fan wise is same as you, 7. Mm-hmm. Critic wise, 6.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about the same thing. If you really want to go nuts and bolts with it because of the plot and everything on the holes and they could have done more with it, yeah, you got to give it a lower rating. But if it's just for you want to enjoy a fun movie, I gave it a 7.
Yeah, that's it. I do agree. Just watch it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I'm a compromise between the two. I would have given it a 7, but I feel like the loss in the 0.5 for me is that you thought it was going to build up to something else. You thought it was going to build up to something more like with the Dark Overlord or whatever, and it just kind of ended up being a survival movie with those two and the elf girl. So it was somewhat of a letdown on the epic scale that you're kind of thinking that it's going up to, and instead it's just kind of like, well, we know what happened. Nobody else did. But it leaves you on a cliffhanger of like, okay, the sequel, there could be something else. Maybe that's going to get into the Dark Lord or whatever. But the thing is, like, as much as the build up was to this and seeing the trailers and what you thought it was going to be, it wasn't that epic. It was a fun experience. It was a fun movie. It really was. But it's not epic enough to be like a 7 or an 8.
Just in the ending, it was like a blah ending. They could have done so much more, but they kind of just copped out.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's okay, and story-wise it makes sense, but it doesn't do it for you where it's just like, whoa, this movie, and then like, I'm so psyched for the second. It's just kind of more like, Well, maybe the second one will be really good and we'll go more on the epic direction. And so you're kind of more speculating rather than being led into it like, okay, give me more.
But you knew you were going to see the elf girl again.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that was going to happen. Now, here's the thing. The movie kind of made me feel about that movie with Cuba Gooding and the other guys were running through the city away from the gang, from Dennis Leary and the gangsters trying to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like what was like surviving. Run away. They're crossing the roofs on the board and one guy falls off and dies. Yeah, so, yeah, crazy shit.
Yeah, when Rick said the Warriors, that was exactly the vibe I got from it. And it was the same thing with the Warriors where they couldn't really get into the characters' backstories or anything because they had to show them trying to survive. So we just learned things about them along the way. That's kind of the same thing that happened here. So it's both the thing that I like about it and also the thing I don't like about it. Like I really wanted it to be more epic by the things I saw.
Well, don't worry, man. Bright 2 is going to have the Elks. And
the elks,
and the
elks or the elves?
No, the elks. The trees, and the freaking hobbits.
I thought you were talking about elks, like the deer.
No, the ants. Excuse me, the ants from Lord of the Rings.
If there's ants, man, that'll be perfect.
A wizard should know better.
I want Will Smith to interact with a tree. That's gonna be great.
I'll be chopping that shit up for firewood,
like Mark Wahlberg in the Happening. Don't kill me, Ficus. Don't kill me, please. He's talking to the fake tree. Nice. That's M. Night Shyamalan, too, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's our movie reviews and everything. That's pretty much that we have. What do you got for numbers? Oh, we don't have no numbers.
Well, we don't have the numbers because I don't have my sheet in front of me, but I can tell you we finished off the year at 11,500 something, I think, or 470 something. Which is very good for the ending of 2017, which, like I said, we crossed the 10,000 plethora sometime around the 10,000 level, whatever, sometime in October, I think.
You know what the plethora is?
The plethora, we have a plethora of followers. Could it be that you are upset because Sean has not opened his pedals to you yet?
What? I don't know.
Look here, Wapo. When you want it, you take it. You want the Sean, you take it.
You bypass the bisexual. You bypass the plethora. You have more educations than I have.
Yeah, I know. I went straight to the other thing. But no, yeah, so we did pretty good. I'm looking forward to the new year. The plans we talked about here are attempts to make ourselves huge. Obviously, you're doing your part in eating.
We all gotta eat.
Hey, I'm right there with you, brother.
I ain't the one that ate tacos.
Sean,
you gotta eat for both of us.
Damn, why you put me on blast like that, dog? Not just kidding. They were lean tacos. Sean needs to eat. But I'm, like I said, very excited about the future and all our guests coming on here pretty soon and our sponsors and us trying to work toward a new horizon, something really amazing. For all you haters that unfollowed and all you haters who quit talking to us and everything else, you're going to hate yourself when you blink and critical thinking is like ba-boom. And it may not happen this year, it may not happen whatever, but it's going to happen. History has shown that people like us. Numbers show. Laughs and people wanting to come on the show. Just stuff points out, and we can't thank the world enough.
Yeah, this is definitely to our fans. We appreciate you. We appreciate every listener.
Yeah, I can't believe somebody wants to listen to my ass. That's crazy enough to me, period.
Yeah, hopefully I get this vlogs going on pretty well for everybody.
What's a vlog?
That people get to know us a little bit more personal. Like, even if y'all wanted to do y'all's own little recordings on a thing, and I can actually put it all on a thing for YouTube.
Now, here's the funny thing. 2018, Rick James, bitch, over here doing a vlog. What do you call you? We call you the introvert. You're doing a vlog.
And I'm the one doing the vlogs.
That is crazy to me. So what you going to do, Sean? Strip?
No, I'm not stripping, no.
It's just amazing how...
Shit, if he strip, we're going
to make some money.
We're going to have a badass fucking
the Sean calendar. There you go. We'll have Ish do a Sean calendar.
Man.
He's supposed to do a Miguel calendar, but he seems to be failing. I don't know what's going on there, man. But, it's funny. I find it amazing the fact that because of this podcast, you have broken out of your introvert shell and really, I'm not going to say blossom like a flower because that's kind of gay, but I've seen a lot of change in you. It's been great. And I'm not saying you were a loser to begin with, but I'm just saying it's cool to see. It's cool to see you step outside your box. And I'm grateful, extremely grateful that you three, the founding fathers, Rick and Kyle, and along with Sean, invited me to join you. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be a part of this group.
No problem.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's all been really awesome since we all got together. I mean, it's, from the get-go. I wasn't a founding member until I guessed it a couple times, and they were both just like, "Hey, you want to join the podcast?" Like, all right, why the fuck not? It's been a really fun experience.
They're using you for the alcohol. I'm just joking.
They're using me for the slave labor of the editing.
Oh, they got you. What the hell am I being used for?
You're Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, you're our Twitter whore.
Except I haven't tweeted in over a month.
True. You're failing. You're going to get kicked.
I know Rick's like, how dare you not tweet?
You Periscope more than tweet.
Oh, wow.
I have been Periscoping more.
He even Periscoped on New Year's.
Yes, I did.
New Year's Eve.
For us, yes. But it was just where I was at. But yes, I promise to tweet more tweets than I've ever done in my entire life. That's a lot of tweeting.
Wow.
Are you narrowing it down to a couple of accounts, or are you still working on it?
I'm still doing the world. So I'm hopefully trying to remove the world and turn over some accounts to some people who I've helped out. And I won't mention names, but so I can focus mainly on ours and mine. So, and even mine, I would like to push it to the wayside and just kind of focus on ours. Because it gets kind of confusing after a while.
Yeah. How's Instagram going?
Instagram, we do have our up to like 760, and we're staying within that 700 range. So I've gotten away from 600 permanently. I'm happy about that. I actually starting to see likes come back on our pictures again. For a while, it seemed like the hashtags weren't working. And
Start using hashtag nude.
Nude. Oh my God. Yeah, that's misleading. Because that's not happening with this show.
The color of your skin is nude.
Nude.
Nah.
Okay.
Hashtag peach.
That's reaching for it.
Hey, man, they say you have to be, you can lie about it, I guess.
Dirty.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Any other shout outs, gentlemen?
We shout out to all our radio affiliates. We didn't shout out to Virus Vodka, who has been a gracious partner with us, giving us shirts and stuff to give away, and we hope to do more with them down the road. Tokyo Munchies, our big sponsor out of Japan. Kyle has sent us a lot of stuff over the last couple of months. We appreciate it.
I did catch a tweet. He said, "Hi, welcome to my world with the cold weather that we have here."
I know, guys. Hope you freeze your balls off in Sakiyoka, Japan, or wherever the hell you're at. But drink some sake. So go out there and order some stuff from him. The more you order from him, the more money he'll give us. Yes, thank you very much. Also, shout out to, who else do we have? Shout out to Mr. Bob over at Pumpkin Teeth. He definitely needs to come back on the show. He enjoyed being with us, and great guy and a lot of fun stuff to do. Who else do we need out there? Like I said, all the radio affiliates been mentioned.
BDM Supply.
That's right. I cannot forget them. My BDM Supply for your leather chaps, your ass whips, your ball gags, your anal beads. What else do you get?
Did I start something?
You did. You started something.
Your eye patch. Your ball patch, I don't know, your shaving supplies, whatever you need to get your kink on at my BDSM Supply. Coming to a store near you. But yeah, so, I love people who enjoy being on the show and just joke with us. Again, looking forward to all the interviews down the road.
Oh, yeah.
And gentlemen, in case y'all don't know, and we can all say this, you guys let me do all the talking. I don't know why. Tell me to shut up. Kyle, what did you call him earlier? The
Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah, a.k.a. the Kyle father.
The Kyle father.
Dr.
Is this some kind of cult here?
The leader of this menagerie. Is that a good word?
Yeah.
Okay. Is working very hard to provide for his family. He is extremely tired working multiple jobs, doing his job there and coming home and still working here too. So he's been out of sorts, just tired from everything else. And so that's why he hasn't been on a lot. He was with us today for the meeting, expressed his deepest sympathy to the fans for not being on. He hopes to get himself well in shape and everything else going so he can join us sporadically along and hopefully eventually come back on full time.
Yeah.
He is not leaving. He's not canceled. He's not quitting. He's still very much the founder of this show and will be on when he is healthy. He does not want to bring the show down, his words, which I don't think he does even when he's tired. But it's his call, and so we'll respect his wishes. So from Kyle, his lovely heart, me, Rick the Dick, and Sean the Hair. Have a great 2018. Peace, love, and soul. All right, Rick, end the show because I was being Don Cornelius.
I was like, I don't know where to go from there. All right, well, y'all have a good rest of the year and everything. Hopefully everybody got their, my nephew would say, their revolutions. Yes, my nephew says, what's your revolution?
New Year revolutions. Nice.
I'm taking over Idaho.
That's what I said.
I'm going to call it Miguel Ho.
Miguel.
Anyways,
So it's an accurate description.
Whoa! Get your potatoes here.
But all y'all down over here in Texas with that Arctic front coming, I know the North is dealing with it, but we really don't deal with a lot of the ice and stuff too much. And now we're having it, and there's have been a lot of accidents. Actually, Miguel pulling one out on a thing. We do feel sorry for everybody that's kind of been in cause of that. But be all blah 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 blah. Be all safe out there.
But dude, Barry Media's going to kick your butt. He's the weatherman.
I'm pretty sure he'll kick my ass because I'm doing it wrong.
Hey, when he comes on, you got to have the Ollie guy voice from. That's raining. That's raining sideways.
He's like, how's the weather out there? It's raining. Where's your umbrella? Inside out. Inside out, 2 blocks down. Ollie, you want some soup? Yes. What kind? Chunky. Hey guys, you can connect with us on iTunes
At Critical Thinking Podcast.
and Twitter,
At Critic_Thinking.
and also on Facebook and Instagram.
At Critical Thinking Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Critical Thinking is on Beyond the Dawn Radio, which is known for playing the best indie radio music around the world.
On Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Central Time.
And if you like the show, please 5-star the episode and tell your friends. So thank you for joining us, thinking shit through one podcast at a time.